Good morning. My name is Sarah Owens, and I am from the Assessment Office. And today we're going to talk about PreCode. We're going to talk about the report, what it's used for, and how to certify that report. So we do have one PreCode application that is used for all of our state testing, with the exception of the WIDA access test. We did a snapshot of the information in your student information system for WIDA already. We did that on November 29th. Any student who is identified as being an L within your student information system, we will expect a WIDA English proficiency assessment to be made or to be taken by them. PreCode information may be updated until January 18th. It is open now, and you have until the 18th of January at 11:59 p.m. to certify those reports. Student labels will be sent to your school for the testing materials based on this PreCode report. Information that we're going to pull will include the IEP 504 status, Braille and large print materials, as well as paper pencil accommodations. And for those OAP students, we will pull in information directly from EdPlan. Student demographic information will be applied to the student testing window after, or with the demographic overlay shortly after the close of the window. What we will pull for PreCode is what's on the screen now, which includes the student's testing number. If there are issues with your student testing number in your student information system, then they will be flagged within this report. We'll pull in the first and last name of the students, as well as their birth date, their EL status, their IEP 504 status, as well as their grade. For those students who are identified as L, any accommodation that requires a paper pencil test, other than their third grade English, if they're requiring a Spanish form or paper pencil test for grades 4 and above, that will require additional order process through Measure Progress. For large print, Braille, and paper pencil, we are going to pull this information in from EdPlan. In order for that information to show up in the PreCode, the codes must be entered in EdPlan under the state testing accommodation field. We will not pull it from the classroom accommodation field. Orders for large print, Braille, and paper accommodated tests will be placed automatically based on the information from EdPlan. Because there is a 2-day delay from pulling information from EdPlan and it being updated into the WAVE, our deadline for correcting the test codes in EdPlan is January 11th. Any changes made after that date, we cannot guarantee will be included in the PreCode. Our PreCode rules for grade 3 through 8. If a student is enrolled in the same district during the PreCode and the testing window, then the grade that student was enrolled in during PreCode will determine the grade level test they take. If a student transfers to a new district between PreCode and the testing window, then the demographic overlay will determine the grade level that should be assessed. Students who enroll in grade 11, when we take the PreCode snapshot, will be included in PreCode as grade 11 students. If you need to add you will need to add students to either Measure Progress, SAT, or ACT system manually if you promoted students to the 11th grade after the PreCode, or if you have students who have not taken the high school assessment, and it's necessary for your district's graduation purposes. This does include students who are in an alternate education site. If a student transfers to your district and is erroneously enrolled in the wrong grade, please do not exit that student and re-enroll them. Just adjust their grade in your local student information system. There are no pre-code exemptions for the 2018-2019 school year, so every district will be included. Okay, so our data file layout. These are the fields that we're going to be pulling. It does include your district code, which is your full district county code, your site code, your state student ID. The full state student ID does need to be entered into your student information system. If you have a district student ID, we can pull that in as well. However, if your district student ID includes any non-numeric values, then it will not pull in that district student ID. We'll pull in the last name of the student, first name, of course, their date of birth, the grade that they are enrolled in, their EL status, as well as their 504, whether they need large print, Braille, or are on an IEP. Okay, so how do we do the pre-code? So first of all, choosing a browser to look at the pre-code report. Internet Explorer or Microsoft Edge works best with the Wave, so we highly recommend using these browsers. There are other browsers available. However, Google Chrome, Firefox, and Safari seem to work intermittently with the Wave. So if you're having problems viewing the report, check to make sure that you're using that Internet Explorer browser. That has generally been the case within our office. All right, so getting into the report, you'll need to go into the single sign-on page, which this can be found on the SDE main web page. If you do not have access to the single sign-on, you can request access from this location. However, your information will be sent to your district, either your supervisor or your district login administrator, for verification that you need access. SDE only manages the superintendent's accounts and their user role. All other user roles are assigned to your district via your superintendent. Once you're logged in, you can scroll down to the Wave portal. So once you're into the Wave portal, at the top, there's a reporting tab. If you select that reporting tab, then it will drop down and you will select State Reporting Certification. Once you select that State Reporting Certification, it will pull up various certifications on the landing page. There is one for pre-code application. Please note that there is no data that actually gets changed in this report. All changes must be made on your student information system. Then it will be sent to the Wave and loaded into the application. This is similar to your October 1 consolidated report. Any changes that you make in your student information system before 8 p.m. will be populated in the Wave the next morning, so it will not be available immediately. On this page, you can also see what your district status is on this report. And there are 4 different statuses that could be listed here. The first is not started. This means that no user has logged in or even looked at the report. The second is in process. This means that at least one person has logged in and has looked at the report. The third is confirmed, meaning that the principal has confirmed that report. And the fourth is certified, meaning that your superintendent has certified the report. And before the superintendent can certify, all sites must have been confirmed by the principal. If a report is certified by the superintendent and additional changes need to be made, it can be uncertified, but that does require you to contact SDE to do that. And that is only if those changes need to be made prior to the deadline. So if we selected that PreCode report, it will take you to this page. You will select the site that you're working on. Depending on your district permissions, you may only see one site or you may see multiple sites as shown here. The site principal is able to confirm the report from this landing page, and the superintendent can release a confirmed report if additional changes do need to be made. Again, changes must be made prior to that January 18th deadline. From this page, you can also see the status of your site. Once a site is selected, you'll see the navigation bar where you can move to various pages within the report. You can return to the Site Selector page by clicking on the Site Selector tab. You can go to the final report, or you can find Missing Students report, as well as as well as the Reporting Tool page, which will be covered in later trainings. The final report is the default page where student information will be displayed once a site has been selected. Again, no changes can be made in this report. They must all be made in your district student information system. The final report, again, is the default where your student information will be displayed once a site has been selected. From the final report page, you're able to export all of your site data into either an Excel or a CSV file by selecting the icon in the upper right-hand corner. When it downloads, you will receive a message stating that the file may be unsafe and asking you if you would like to open it anyway. Please say yes. So back at the navigation bar, you can move to find Missing Students page. This takes you to a list of students that SDE believes should be in your PreCode report, but they have some sort of error with some of the required fields. When you scroll to the far right of the Missing Students report, then there are 3 columns where it indicates if a student has issues, if it has issues in any of the wizards. When it states has issues, a link will be provided to either the data validation wizard, the STN wizard, and or the ownership wizard to a list of the issues for the student. For further information about using these wizards, you can view the 2016 WAVE trainings from the document section under the Resources tab on the WAVE. Once all of those issues have been finalized, then you can validate your site, and once all the sites have been validated, then your superintendent can certify the information. And that is all the information I have. If you have any questions, we do, our direct line is on the screen, as well as our email address.